Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is going to be the first weekly market recap of 2025. So let's start off with the SPY here. We're going to be covering a lot of individual stocks as well. I'm just taking a look at some of the requests made inside of my Discord here. Some people are requesting for Carvana, Royal Caribbean, Tesla, Nvidia, and a few other stocks here. So let's dive in. We'll start off with the indices as we always do. So I actually have the indices possibly impulsing out here in a final fifth wave up. And the same thing goes for the triple Qs. And the triple Q buy area, I mean, just look at that being respected. The buy area was right here at 501 in this ABC correction. And look what happened. We had a strong reversal out. Beautiful push up. What are we up now? So we're up like 4% since then. So overall, it's a nice reaction off that buy area. But is it going to double correct? We'll know more as the price develops next week. But overall, you have. Let's just get on those small time frames to see if we got 5 waves up. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, so you can already make out that there is 5 waves up here on this on the 50-minute time frame. 3, 4, and a 5, right? Because now you got bearish divergence. You continue to extend up and gap up. So maybe you get an ABC next week early on. But if it turns out into something bigger and you take out this low, then unfortunately that's going to negate the bullish setup, and maybe it is a 1-2 and we are going down much lower and much quicker. But for now, this is the bullish setup that I have, and any dips here should be bought up. But I think we should get a dip early on next week, maybe after Trump's inauguration, but it should be short-lived and then continue higher. So short-term bullish, but the macro is still quite bearish, and we are still looking for a significant top. The market is looking to be in this sort of topping phase. And once it does complete, then we will have some pretty rough times in the market. But for now, it still shows some upside here. So let's take a look at a few other ones. So check up on the IWM. So the IWM, the setup is still very bearish. It could come up a little bit higher, maybe come back into the 235s before it's all said and done, and wants to come lower. You finish this swing here with a bullish divergence. So that's your wave 1. Now you're doing a crash correction up probably in a wave 2, and it'll come back down inside of this macro wave 3, right? So that's what we're looking for here. And if it ends up playing out, then hey, that's it. That was it. This was the short area for the IWM. It was respected. Let me cover the Dow Jones. I think the Dow Jones, I don't know what happened to my chart. I had everything labeled, and it wasn't here anymore. So I'm not sure if it was. Yeah. Okay. So well, the Dow Jones is a little bit different. I think it's the Dow Jones top is already in that week. You got that weekly cycle break. So at the very least, I think maybe you come back up, retest, and then come back down. So that's essentially it. It's very simple. It's much more simple in my opinion. I think the Dow Jones has a really good short setup. If you can fade the high, maybe a swing failure pattern, we'll have to see. All right, let's cover some of those individual stocks that people are requesting. So we'll take a look at Carvana, CVNA. So Carvana is in my opinion, a bounce here inside of this wave 2, and I think it's going to make some pretty big swings lower later on, and may head into like bankruptcy again. But this is just off the chart. That's just my opinion. I can make 5 waves down impulse here. So this means this is a crash correction up. You can see on the weekly cycle, we left no divergence and we ended the weekly cycles, which means this is a 3-wave move up. And if it's a 3-wave move up, then you're going to get a 5-wave move down, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? So this is what you're ultimately going to get. And it should be pretty dramatic if this starts to play out. So maybe if Carvana can come back up to this swing here around the 66, 67 on the RSI, I'll be ready to take a short position on Carvana. Maybe we'll play some puts on it, but overall, This is not a good setup for more upside, in my opinion. I think we just struck a top here, but again, just remember, I could always be wrong, not always 100%. And yeah, that's my take on Carvana. Let's see what we else got going on here. Nvidia. So Nvidia made this extra swing high on on its extended fifth wave. So it did one more swing, but really it should be done now. To be honest, you could actually say that the top is in for Nvidia. I wouldn't be opposed to it. When we take a look at the SMH, the SMH has been struggling here in this pattern. It's been trapped for a very long time. We were looking for this short area to be tagged for the longest time as well, but it never did. So as for like, oops, I'm getting a phone call here. As for what I think is gonna happen, I think this will start to reverse eventually. Once you take out this low, then you're probably gonna get a flush down in the semis, and that'll probably drag down the entire market as well. So let's take a look here at a few other ones. We'll check up on Tesla. So Tesla is looking to make one more high as well as the triple Qs. Could it correct deeper? Yeah, it definitely could. It could do something like this, or it's a double correction, right? And if it does do that and it doesn't go any higher, then your target for Tesla is going to be like 323, right? It's going to be pretty bearish. It would mean like a pretty bearish week for Tesla. So that's my take there. But it should be a dip buy if it can get into this area, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Let's continue here. We'll take a look at a few other ones. USDJPY. So this one we've been tracking for a while now. Now we're still looking for this this pair to finally finish its move up. It's had a tremendous rally off the lows. We're anticipating a tremendous rally because it was a flat, right? And then now we're gonna have to see if this is really the top, right? If it is, then you should start to impulse lower. Daily time frame. We'll take a look at the larger cycles. Take a look at the weekly cycles. You ended with no divergence. Take a look at the daily. The daily had some divergence. If it's 5 waves up, it means the yen is going to go into, they're going to destroy their currency, and it's just going to go up forever, which could support the markets going up forever. But I don't think that's the case. I think your best bet is for the yen to bottom out is going to be around this area. It moved a little bit, but that's your target right here, right? 136. But I think when this happens, this is going to be very bad for the market. I don't think this is going to be good times. I think there's going to be some pain, and it's going to be a difficult period for investors when this happens. Same thing for the yields, right? The yields, and we'll actually continue to track the TLT. So let me get a quick shift over quickly to TLT. I'm going to cover the HSI like someone asked for, but I gotta get back on the good old bonds here. So the TLT is in a very tough spot right now. It continues to bleed lower. Now it just got a pullback, right? But it could technically continue to extend higher. And really what you did here is you erased divergence, right? You either erased divergence or you did a whole new swing. So it's another 1-2-1-2, which is extremely bullish, bearish for bonds and bullish for yields, right? So if this is the case, then what you need is something like this. You need a 1, 2, 3, either a 1-2-1-2 or a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. So you need one more high in the yields, which is extremely bearish for bonds, right? The bonds are going to go lower. Believe it or not, yields are going to go higher. And I don't think yields going higher is bullish for the market. It puts additional pressure onto the market. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate if that's the case. And yeah, that means TLT is going to head into this area here, and once it does reach this area, then it's going to be a buy, but not until then. And you just got to sit on your hands and wait for this to play out. And once it does play out, we're going to take those trades inside the Discord. All right, let's head over to the HSI, the Hang Seng Index. So the Hang Seng has been very choppy. The buy area for me is down here at 18,000. I don't like any Chinese stocks until we get into this area. And if we can get it here and stabilize, then yeah, I'm definitely going to be very happy and like to accumulate some Chinese stocks. But we've had a really nice bounce the other day. The daily time frame looks like the cycle is done and reset. It could possibly be in already. So if this is the case, then the C leg is done, right? And you're gonna get a very nice move up. You're just gonna start pumping like crazy in this X wave. But I don't think that we're there just yet. Gold. What is gold doing? My gold chart continues to extend here. Has it made a new high? It has. It has. So I think the X wave is just gonna extend out something like this, and then it'll come back down. I still think we're gonna double correct and do something very nasty in the markets. So let's see what kind of target we can illustrate here in the short term. Yeah, like you're gonna fade. You may fade the highs, right? But I'm very bullish gold long term, so I'm not one to short gold. I just like to hold it and accumulate it because the fundamentals, something that really attracts me. So if you're gonna chance a short, it's a very high risk, low risk, high reward trade because you just enter at the highs essentially, and if you go past the all time highs, then you stop out, right? So it's a very short term trade, very high reward trade. So low risk, high reward. So if this is what you want, then this is the best setup for you in terms of gold. Let me take a look at RCL. RCL. Nope, not CL. RCL. RCL. Wow, RCL continues to pump up here. Wow, it's so bullish. Oh my god, it's just going straight vertical. All right, so let's take a look here. We'll actually start. We'll do a whole analysis on Royal Caribbean stock. I just want to see where we are at right now in this cycle. Excuse me. Is there enough data for 12 months? No, but is there enough data for quarterly? There is. Okay, there is enough. But we'll just stick with the monthly right now. We'll get rid of this 3 month. Okay. So you can see that we've actually, already peaked inside of this wave 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5, or it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, which is most likely the case. 1, 2. He did another 1, 2. This stock is super bullish. But we'll see. We'll finish up the swings here as we get into the weekly. Went below IPO actually. I actually may start the count from here just because it took out the pivot low. I didn't see that there. Okay. Okay. I see what's going on already. 3, 4, 5. Dude, that's a whole reset right there. And now you're inside of this 3. Okay, now we know where we are in the cycle. Okay, so this wave 3 just came to an end. That is a wave 3 right there. That is super, 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 max euphoria here. Now we need to see how deep this wave 4 will correct because we've had a pretty awesome rally, right? You can't deny that. And from the lows of 2020, it's gone basically straight up. To what degree would it correct too, right? To see, to this much bullishness. What would it take to bring this stock down that much? Well, for me, I would take a look at the count and just say like, man, erase divergence 3, 4, extended 5th wave. I would actually go like rather put the wave 4 here and then wave 3, but that's just me on the daily. Some bearish divergence wave 3. but still it's still very bullish, right? But anyways, this is a very large cycle wave 4. So I think the fact that we already broke down here showed us that the top could be in, but I would like a deeper pullback and lose this entire fifth wave and then come back for another all-time high, right? And then you could actually finish this whole count. But I think usually, you know, when you go up parabolic like this, they tend to come back down, and you tend to lose all the gains on the fifth wave. So most likely going to come back down into this area, and then come back up for another swing high. So maybe the next earnings is not going to be that great. Trump meme coin. I don't know what the meme coin is. Apparently, there's a meme coin. There's so many meme coins. I don't know what it is. So I don't want to give analysis on all these coins. So if you can maybe give me the actual Trump coin, you can, you know, I can do analysis on it. But let's oh, I thought oh, let me I just noticed I did this on the gold chart. So anyways, I'll save this and I'll merge it over to my actual the other Royal Caribbean chart. So let me get back on the gold chart. And I believe it was right here. And I'll just save it. I'll just leave it like that. That's my gold chart. We'll head over. Maybe I did have analysis on Royal Caribbean and I just didn't see it. Yeah, okay. I had some lines drawn, but no counts. But now we got the count, so that's good. Let's see what else we can make out of this here. You know what? I'll do DJT. Let's take a look at Trump media. So it's pumping ahead of his inauguration. Not too surprising. It could actually be set up for a dip buy if it could come back down. And actually, this was actually a nice setup. You know, it's not impulsive. It's corrective. I really like this setup. I actually would be very interested in picking up some DJT. And unfortunately, we almost, you know, timed the low here on DJT. We're off by like 10 cents and we got stopped out, and then this thing surged like 500%. Oh, so painful to watch. Like something pump like that and you're just not participating in it because you got stopped out. Oh man, it sucked. It was a rough one. Wow, okay, so this is showing that we could come back down to as low as these levels here. Is this accurate? What am I charting here? Yeah, it is. Okay, so wow, okay, so it's a pretty nasty pullback if DJT does this. So I'm not too sure what would happen, but it was essentially like the meme is coming to an end. Maybe when Trump is in, and then that's it. It's that's all she wrote, and it comes back down into this buy area. But it sets up for more upside later on. So if you guys are super bullish on Trump media, then this is what you want to see, right? All right. Let's see here. Let's see. I think I covered everything here. I think someone actually asked for JP Morgan Chase. Someone asked for JP Morgan Chase. So we'll take a look at JPM and we'll wrap things up here. So JP Morgan, wow, okay, so JP Morgan completely invalidated our setup here, continues to surge higher. Let's take a look at the weekly cycles and the larger cycles. Okay, so just basically fifth wave is extending, bearish divergence continues to build. Excuse me. And it's like this thing is when it will come to an end, and when it does, it's gonna be a pretty nasty pullback. It's gonna be very nasty. I mean, look at all this bearish divergence that you're continuing to build. Like things can't just go up forever. You're gonna get major pullbacks. No, I would actually have to look at the quarterly. This is too much data. I gotta take a look at the quarter. Okay, that's better. You're just an extended fifth. Yeah, but I would go as far as putting the wave 3 up here, and you're just doing something like this. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it, guys. We're still looking for a topping pattern in this market. It's going to take some time, but we're making our trades along the way, collecting premiums on options and making our swing trades. And I'll keep you guys up to date. I'm going to start posting some stuff on Twitter. Maybe get some attention from other people. It would appreciate if you guys support me there. But thanks for the all the support so far. It's an incredible year for us, and hopefully we have many more. All right, so this is the market recap, and I'll do one every Friday.